Hello everyone. Today we're presenting an astonishing story filled with surprises about memory and transformation. Merlin decided to stay, trying to jog Hart's memory, while Taryn followed the cowboy and met the fossil guy from the federal agents. Champagne, as a fellow brother, was ready to use all federal agent resources to help Taryn avenge the top agent. Taryn learned that the traitor Charlie's ex-girlfriend was at a music festival, the one and only lead to track down Charlie and his crew. Champagne sent his top agent, codenamed Whiskey, to assist Taryn. Once at the festival, Whiskey handed Taryn a tiny umbrella. Who knew this was the secret weapon? This gadget needs special membrane injection to transmit tracking signal. Whiskey's choice was unique, but not Charlie's girlfriend's taste. Taryn, with his charming young looks, quickly won her over and found the perfect moment to place the tracker on her. What a smooth talker. To awaken Hart's memory, Merlin recreated the first stage of the secret agent test. Hart noticed the floor was flooding like crazy. Welcome to the agent's life or death fun time. Hart was panicking as water filled the room fast. Merlin was anxiously watching from outside, hoping this top agent wouldn't end up as a fish out of water. But it seemed Hart really forgot all his agent skills, struggling in the water while Merlin couldn't bear to watch and shut down. The lucky Hart still believed he was an entomologist and was ready to pack up and leave. Talk about being waterlogged. He was just a real bug. Taryn returned to the base and hit a light bulb moment, thinking of a more thrilling way to wake up the ace agent. That night, he gave Hart a cute puppy as a goodbye gift. But as Hart took it, Taryn raised his gun, scaring them into fleeing. Taryn kept pushing Hart to choose between the dog or himself. Seriously, look at that innocent pup. Hart just couldn't make a choice. Under the immense pressure, a bunch of dancing butterflies appeared, and forgotten memories flooded back like a moment of returning to nature. He recalled his slick moves facing thugs and the tragic chapel incident. That moment reminded him of the pivotal agent test in his youth. Back then, he had to shoot his loyal dog, and it oddly mirrored his current situation. Hart instantly woke up. Those forgotten memories fled. This meant the strongest ace agent was back. Merlin watched relief. They headed to the pub to celebrate Hart's memory return, soaking in the reunion. Their foreign accents soon caught the attention of a local thug who decided to provoke them. Hart, just back to his senses, was gearing up for a comeback speech. He skillfully approached the entrance and calmly blocked all exits, drawing the ire of all thugs. Hart was like a clutch player. The glasses on the table shot across like bullets but veered off target, leaving everyone utterly baffled, wondering what Hart was even aiming at. Just then, a small thug seized the opportunity to attack, and the other thugs swarmed in. Though Hart still had his secret agent instincts, his recovery was slower than in no time, he found himself in a bit of a brawl. Thankfully, Cowboy Whiskey came to the rescue, moving like a dancer and leaving the thugs bewildered. Facing the knife-wielding thug, Whiskey was still cool as a cucumber. But just as he wrapped up the fight, the TV suddenly flashed a live broadcast of a female drug lord. She announced a wild scheme to America, claiming to be the biggest flyer supplier, sprinkling a special virus in all flyer. Now that's what we call the devil of flyer. Millions will face a crazy blue rash, dancing out of control, ending up paralyzed, leading to bloodshed and death. Is this the latest horror flick? To obtain the antidote, she had to legalize her flyer business, granting legal immunity to folks in the golden circle. Talk about a capitalist. Facing this threat, the president agreed to all terms while plotting something else. What a crafty fellow. He planned to gather evidence to take down the golden circle, rounding up all the poisoned folks and leaving them to their own devices. Now that's some dictator tactics. Meanwhile, Merlin and the team intercepted Charlie's call with his girlfriend and learned the location of the antidote space. What a stroke of luck. Champagne sent Taryn's team to Italy's snow base for the antidote. They split Taryn, Whiskey up the mountain, patting control for escape. Using false identities, Taryn easily sacked a vial of the antidote, only to be recognized by his old pal Charlie. What a surprise. They quickly evacuated to the getaway vehicle, but just as they thought they were in the clear, Charlie was hot on their heels. Charlie controlled the vehicle with a terminal, causing it to spin out of control. Taryn's eyes were spinning too, like he was in the merry-go-round from hell. Amazingly, Whiskey's gear had lightning reflexes. He used his whip to cut the control cables, and the runaway vehicle began to free fall. It landed on the opposite cliff and started to slide down the mountain. What a rush. It was like ice surfing. Taryn had the brilliant idea and deployed the parachute on Whiskey. The vehicle finally slowed down and landed safely in front of the woolly field. After completing the mission, the trio was just about to celebrate when the base soldiers quickly caught up. Seeing this, Whiskey rushed to the door. He knocked the antidote from Taryn's hands. Enemies started shooting. The trio hid behind the wall. While the enemies reloaded, Whiskey instructed Taryn to cover him as he pulled out 2 revolvers for some close combat. Now that's what we call lightning fast. Whiskey was formidable, dazzling with dual revolvers. Enemies peeked out, met a quick end. Out of bullets, he unleashed his lightning whip. When a small-time thug brandished a knife, he thought to test his luck, but he became a target for Whiskey. No one dared to try their luck against him. Just as he took down the last enemy, more thugs came running in with a Gatling gun. The battle was heating up fast. Seeing this, Whiskey dashed back inside, but Hart, witnessing the chaos, suddenly raised his gun. He shot Whiskey without a second thought. Taryn was stunned. He couldn't believe what just happened. Just then, gunfire erupted outside. His pursuers shot wildly. Taryn couldn't grasp Hart's betrayal. What a twist. But Hart ignored Taryn's outrage entirely and calmly pulled out a bottle of perfume, pressed a switch, and threw it outside. After the explosion, silence reigned outside. Enemies turned to statues. Taryn swiftly got the tack to stabilize Whiskey's brain injury. But Hart believed Whiskey was the traitor, thinking he had intentionally shattered the antidote. Tarrant didn't believe it. He thought Hart was confused by hallucinations. Now, let's find the antidote quickly. Subscribe to my channel.